Some breaking news coming in. The counting for the vice presidential polls has already begun. In the next half an hour, we should get to know the results of the vice presidential polls. Just quickly go across to Srinjoy for more on this. Srinjoy, the vice presidential poll counting has begun. Over 790 members of parliament are believed to be casting their vote. Of course, a significant chunk of them, the Trinamool Congress, not casting their votes this time around. What really are the expectations in terms of how the numbers could be stacked up? All right, I think we lost that line there with Srinjoy. We'll try and reconnect with him. But those are the pictures of the Prime Minister earlier today casting his vote in the Parliament for the vice presidential poll. Of course, members of Parliament of both the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are the electoral college when it comes to the election of the vice president. This is, of course, different from the presidential poll where the members of legislative assemblies can also vote and have a say in deciding who would be the next president of India. Now, of course, we know that the counting of votes has begun. The voting was between 10 o'clock this morning to 5 in the evening. Counting began at 6 o'clock and is expected to end by 7 this evening. We should know who has won this entire election and who the next vice president will be. This is, of course, very significant because the vice president also is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha and plays a very key role in the functioning of the upper house of parliament. Let's go across to Srinjoy. Srinjoy, what way are the numbers expected to be stacked up? The government, of course, very confident that the numbers are on its side and that it would have a massive margin of victory.
Yes, you're right, Madhav. The BJP and its allies and its friends, not just the NDA, but parties like the Akalis, parties like the Shiv Sena, Shinde, BJD, and all those parties, 6 parties together, should get about 70% of the vote. That is a huge majority. This is simply because there will probably be about 740 to 750 voters. And of those voters, the BJP alone has about 390 plus. Plus, you add the NDA and all the parties that have pledged support, beginning with the BJD, the YRS, the TDP, the Shiv Sena, Shinde, the Akalis and the BSP, it adds up to about 70%. That means that Dhankhar is likely to get between 510 to 515 votes is the calculation. Now, that is an overwhelming majority, as I said, about 70%.
Right.
The opposition has been fractured because about 36 actually, voters of the Trinamool Congress who would normally have expected, you would have expected to vote for Margaret Alva, the opposition candidate, are not voting.
Well, yes, the cracks in the opposition ranks certainly appear to be there, and those cracks are quite evident from the comments that are coming in as well. Not only did the TMC abstain, but several of the allies of the Congress also, in fact, such as the Shiv Sena, voting along with the government. So how will the final numbers be? We'll get to know in about half an hour from now. Srinjoy will be bringing us all the updates from Parliament.